Hello Spartan Scholars, this is Mr. Johnston, and in this video we're going to learn the vocabulary for Words of the Week, lesson number 1. Alright, so the words for this week are aesthetic, issue, integration, adjustment, and conclusion. So let me go over each of those. So aesthetic means connected with beauty and the study or appreciation of beauty. An issue is a subject or problem that affects many people. An issue can be a magazine or newspaper printed for a particular day, week, or month. Integration is the combining of two or more things so that they work together effectively. An adjustment is a change that is made to something to correct or improve it. A conclusion means something you decide after considering all the information you have. A conclusion is also the end or final part of something. So now let's look at each of these words again a little closer and see some sample sentences. All right, so the first word is aesthetic, and it means connected with beauty and the appreciation of beauty and good taste. The sample sentences are, Bert thinks some modern art is pointless and has no aesthetic value. Since Betty has a strong aesthetic sense, she was hired to create beautiful landscapes at the botanical garden. Here's that first sentence again. Aesthetic. Bert thinks some modern art is pointless and has no aesthetic value. Here you can see Bert is looking at what appears to be a blank white painting, and he doesn't understand how that has any aesthetic value. All right, the next sentence. Since Betty has a strong aesthetic sense, she was hired as a landscaper at the botanical garden. So this is a beautiful lawn, so we would say it is very aesthetic. Issue means a subject or a problem that is often discussed or argued about, especially some social or political matters that affect many people. Or an issue is a magazine or newspaper printed for a particular day, week, or month. The sample sentences are, immigration is an important issue in American politics. The December issue of National Geographic was about saving the Great Lakes. Issue. Immigration is an important issue in American politics. It's an important issue because people argue about it. It's important to many people, so we talk about it and discuss the issues. The December issue of National Geographic was about saving the Great Lakes. So that means like the magazine comes out every month, and the December issue was saving the Great Lakes. So the issue is the magazine as it comes out each month. Integration means the combining of two or more things to make a unified whole, or it could be the combination of racially segregated facilities such as schools. Sample sentences. The integration of the office computers into one network allows everyone to share one printer. In the 1960s, laws were passed to promote racial integration in the schools. So, the integration of the office computers into one network allows everyone to share one printer. So, integration means making all of these computers work together with one printer. They all work together. They have been combined into a network. They are integrated. And in the 1960s, laws were passed to promote racial integration in schools. That meant that the different races came together to work together. They were combined together, which is integration. An adjustment is a change. An adjustment could be a change that is made to something in order to correct or improve it. It could be a change in a person's behavior or their thinking. Bob made an adjustment to his tie before his job interview. Turn the adjustment knob to change the focus of the microscope. Adjustment. Bob made an adjustment to his tie before his job interview. Here you can see he is making a change. He is adjusting his tie. Adjustment. So you can tune the adjustment knob. Turn the adjustment knob to change the focus of the microscope. So adjustment means making a change. And conclusion is something you decide after considering all the information you have, or it's the end or final part of something. The sample sentences are: the jury came to the conclusion that the defendant was guilty. There was complete silence in the theater as the play reached its dramatic conclusion. And let's take a little look. The jury came to the conclusion, which means after they thought about it, they had information, and they concluded that the defendant was guilty. They came to that conclusion. So these men are in the courtroom. They are part of the jury. So the jury is this group of men, and they listened to the evidence and came to the conclusion that the defendant was guilty. And conclusion is the ending of something. There was complete silence in the theater as the play reached its dramatic conclusion, when it reached its end. All right, and then here are those words again. You can go back and look at them. Aesthetic means connected with beauty. Issue is a subject or problem, or it's a magazine or newspaper. Hang on, I went back too far. All right. Integration is the combining of things together. An adjustment is a change, and a conclusion could be the end of something, or it's something you decide after you get all the information. All right, so now the next step after you have reviewed and studied over these vocabulary words, you might want to go back and watch this video again. You may want to do the oral reading, and then after you have studied the words, then ask for the mastery check for Words of the Week, lesson number 1. A mastery check is like a quiz. It'll look like this. It'll have multiple choice questions, and you will answer those questions. So go back and review and study. Watch the video again if you want to. And then when you know these words, ask for the mastery check for Words of the Week, lesson number 1. And that's the conclusion or the end of this video.